So see this. This is about introduction to the Salesforce. We have already known what is Salesforce, why we use Salesforce, but for the exam preparation perspective, just we'll have a recap. Okay. Now, Salesforce is nothing but a huge data platform where we will have automations, programming, and data storing capacity. So there are multiple benefits of having the Salesforce as a platform. So a quick introduction to the Salesforce. Salesforce is not just a CRM. So what is CRM? It stands for Customer Relationship Management. Okay. It stores your customer data, gives you processes or like ways to nurture prospective customers, means to make a list of a useful customers, to interact with the useful customers, and provides a way to collaborate with those people you work with, or the other company people, or your company people. So just in this sentence you have to remember that this is about introduction to the Salesforce definition. Salesforce is a s- cloud, sorry, customer relationship management platform, which is a cloud based platform. Means it's in the cloud. Whatever you do, it is in the cloud. I have explained what why we say it as a cloud. If you go to our first and second videos, you will get to know. Okay, in the playlist we have, even in the group I have shared. So Salesforce comes with a lot of standard functionality, or some kind of new features, or like extra features and products that you can use to run your businesses. Here are some common things uh, businesses, any companies want to do with the Salesforce, and the features we give the support. Means it's a they are explaining themselves, so we'll have a like overview kind of thing. Suppose you want to sell to some kind and customers, then we have leads and opportunity to manage sales. That means inside the Salesforce platform, you know this. Let me open that. Launch a platform playground. So to maintain sales inside the Salesforce platform, we have leads like accounts, contacts, opportunities. So like this, we have the things. So if any business want to store the information of the customer selling their products kind of thing, then they can store their information of the those customers who are interested to interested in buying our things in leads and opportunities. Suppose you want to help the customers, then they can raise the cases. We have communities for customer engagement as well. So like a group of people can interact with the customers, or a group of customers can interact with the salesperson or service person through the communities. They can raise cases. Suppose if I launch the service, we have cases option. So customers can raise a case with us if there are any issues with the product they buy with us. So like that, this is useful in that way also. So work on the go means it's very handy because we have the Salesforce customized mobile app. Then collaborate with co-workers, partners, and customers. We have Slack, we have Chatter. I explained what is Chatter. We created a Chatter group also. We'll do again. Okay. We have communities to connect in your company also, not only with the external people or external companies. Within the company also, you can use options like community. Okay. Now, market. If you want to do marketing of your product, then we have something called as marketing cloud as well. Marketing cloud engagement to manage your customer journeys. So depending upon whatever your company purchases, you can get these features and more without lifting a finger. Means that means these all the things are available at one place for you. Service, marketing, community, sales, chatter. So whatever you want, whatever the feature you see to maintain a business from start to end, that all features are available for us in one platform. That's where the Salesforce platform comes in. With the platform, you can customize and build whatever it is that makes your company unique. And when you have a business application that's unique to you, even it is more useful. Means, did you remember that we created our own application, not only these application? Okay. Suppose this is the application you see, but we have created our own application as well. Suppose I'm maintaining a school or I'm maintaining a coaching center. I can create my own application and I can create my own object like student, teacher, courses like this. I can create that we have done if you remember. So that again we'll do in the later classes, but just a recall for you I'm doing. Okay, so this just a small stories of Salesforce. We can skip that. So let us get to know the terms again. So Salesforce, we have to think it as a huge database, right? Huge database where, 1 second, suppose it's a huge database where this complete platform is having the applications. And if you go to this application, then we have objects. Okay. Inside the objects, we have records. These rows, okay, these rows are nothing but records. What are these columns?
Fields.
Yeah, fields. So we have the fields as well. So this is what he is explaining here again. So again, if I go into any of the record, then we see the fields, okay, case number, these all fields we have. So an app in Salesforce is a set of objects, fields, and other functionality that supports a particular business purpose. You can see which app you are using and switch between the apps using what? App launcher. What is app launcher? Which we use to switch between the different applications. Objects are nothing but it's a tables in the Salesforce database that store a particular kind of information. See here, cases object will store only cases information. Contacts object will store only contacts information. So like that, each object has a specific purpose. And this kind of objects put together and serving some particular purpose is nothing but one application. Records are nothing but rows in the object database. So if I see this as object as a database, then these are the records, these are rows, and columns are nothing but the fields. Okay. Another important term that's hard to capture in a picture is org. Org is nothing but we say it a organization and it refers to a specific instance of Salesforce. Suppose uh, now I bought this. Okay, I bought this playground. So means if I buy this playground, then what I can say is this is one of my org. This is one of my org. Okay, whatever I can do in these settings are restricted to this application only. I mean this org only, not application. Application means in this org we have multiple applications. Suppose if I create, if I create new playground, if I create new playground, this means we creating new org, new instance of the Salesforce. Okay, we are not creating something Salesforce only new, but it's we are creating a new instance. So suppose if I open this one, Whatever I do in these settings is different. Okay. Whatever I do in these settings is different, and whatever I do in these settings is different. Whatever I write code here and here are different because this is another org. This org is different. This org is different. So in the each org, we have multiple applications. It's similar, but whatever you do here and here is different. Like this, Salesforce is very big company. Now you bought some part of Salesforce. I bought some other part of Salesforce. Someone else bought other part of Salesforce. Suppose these are three different companies, X, Y, and Z. So whatever the company write their code here, will it affect this code? Will it affect this part? No, right? No, because this is different. So like that, this is nothing but one org. A company can purchase two or more orgs, two or more instances, or a company can have only one org. Few companies will have only one org because for them, this is okay. But for a few other persons, other companies which are very huge, which is having multiple teams, they may create multiple orgs. They may have multiple orgs. Okay, org is something which is a very huge platform kind of thing. So in that org, we will have applications. If you want to give access to the users, you will give access to the org only. So this org, if you give access, they can't log into this org. Suppose I created the user, no? I created the, so if I created the user, then those users can log in into this URL only. They can't log in to they can't log into this URL because these two URLs are different, means these two are different organizations. Okay. Now, your first trailhead playground. Okay. Oh, what is this trailhead playground? Let me say you. This is not something new. So, whatever we are doing this year will not affect the actual production because this is a trailhead playground. What is playground? We can create anything here. We can to create applications, write some code, but this is like a playground for us. Means it's like a developer instance. We can do anything here which will not affect the production environment. Okay. So the trial playground orgs are very free for us, and you can have up to 10 of them at a time. Okay. So that's here I created one playground. We all created the playgrounds. We created the objects. We have written the code. So don't worry, this is not a new term for you. If you have any questions on the playground, let me please ping me. Okay.
It is easy to create a new playground. Just we need to add that
Yeah,
ID.
yeah.
Uh, if we will follow the instruction in Dream House, this one, then it is easy to create new one.
Mm, yeah, yeah. 1 second. Can you repeat that?
Just we need to add that ID when we will
Huh.
create this playground,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the ID is also provided in that instruction.
Instruction only. So
Uh,
if you go here, we can create another playground or use the existing playgrounds. So now this is also very easy because installing the Dreamhouse application. So it's like how we can install the other applications. So let me just do very quickly. 1 second. Mm, not here. Playground starter. Let me go to the playground starter app here. Here, what we are doing is we are completing this challenge. What this challenge is saying is to install the application using this package ID. So if I go here, we have this option inside the playground starter application. So this is just to show you that not only the existing application, you can download the application as you do in the mobile, right? So like that, you can download the application from the trial head. I'm sorry, from the app exchange or from the trial head or using this package IDs. So like that. Let me click on install. Install. Install for all users. Install. Let's cancel third party. Install. So once it is done, we can see like this one application that I think it will take time. So till then we'll do some other things. So now we can customize the Salesforce platform. So how we can customize the Salesforce platform? You know this. We have the setup, right? So customizing means what? You bought a new mobile. You can't use the new mobile as is, right? You have to create a contacts. You have to create a you have to sign into your Google accounts or like Apple accounts. You have to give your Apple ID at some places, and you have to like few do a few other settings. Even if you buy a mobile like that or a laptop. So same, if you are buying a new Salesforce instance from the Salesforce company, then you can't use them directly. You have to do few things here in the settings. So that is what means customizing the Salesforce platform, whether it's by coding or by writing, by doing some setup. Suppose if I want to create a new object or do modifications into existing object, how I can do? I can go to object manager, then open the object, then create fields here. Did you remember? We did this one. So fields and databases indicates once you say they were on. Enter pre-qualified. Hmm. Now let me create one type of field. One field. What type means what? Whether it's a formula field, whether it's a lookup relationship, whether it's checkbox, whether it's a currency, it's a date field. So like that. So here I'm giving checkbox field. Here I want to create a checkbox field. So pre-qualified. Basically by default value, let me keep as this. One second. Uh, Pre-qualify, find the label. Find the field label is enter field. Default. Okay. Then okay. Con to all the page layouts. We have seen the page layout concept, so we'll cover it again. So just let me click on next. So check the checkbox to add the new field to all the contact page layouts. Then click save. Establish the field level security. This is for profiles. So for profiles, it's okay. As is. For system administrator, we have the access. Now, for all the layouts, page layouts, we have seen this concept. I'll come to this concept more within 3 to 4 classes. Once we complete the data security, then you will understand. Then save. What we did now? We created a field in the contact object. Means we customize the uh,
Stand.
standard object. So That's what we have done. So you just customize your first object. Then let's do take a look how it looks. So if I go to the records, any of the contact record, we can see like this. Okay, that's a small what we call challenge kind of thing. So let's do again one more challenge. Inside the contact object, let me create a currency field which is having the field label as loan amount. Contact object we are in. Then let me go to the type as currency. Then let me click on the next. Loan amount is the currency type. Sorry, currency name. Let me finish this challenge. Loan amount, decimal places, it's okay. Then click on next. Same, leave as this for all the layouts. Yeah, it is for all the layouts. Click on save. What we have done, again, we created one more field. If Mahesh or someone, if you are not understanding this thing, what we are doing is we have a object concept. Like we can store the information of a particular people in the Salesforce. So particular persons or particular things, products, accounts, opportunities like that. So what I have done is like that I have opened one object where I created a field. How it will look for us is if I go to the application, any of this application. So this is a contact. So if I open the contact, if I click on the details, so these are the details. These are nothing but fields. What are these? These are nothing but fields. So we created two more fields now. Like that, you can create multiple fields. If you have a employer, if you have a like a product, suppose you are selling the courses in the online, or if you are keeping a job postings in the online. So whatever you the information you have for the job posting or for a particular employee in your company, you can store that information in this way. Okay. But for this, this is a trial head playground, so you can do it freely. If you want to own it for your own business, na, you have to pay for the licenses for the Salesforce company to buy the licenses for your teammates. So it's like if you are going to start your startup or working in any company, this is a common practice. You could go to contacts, you go to accounts, you go to such objects and create fields, or even create a new objects itself, or even there will be a chance that you create a new application itself. So coming back to our installation, that installation is
Just a
completed.
question.
Sorry.
Just one question. If we have like several services, do we need to buy licenses for each service, or
No, no, no.
we need to
Product
have
will
only
be
one?
same. Product will be same. Suppose now I am running a coaching business, which I am offering almost 10 kind of different courses. Now that this license will depend on the number of employees I have in my company. Suppose I am having a team of 10 people. Then I must buy a Salesforce with a license of 10 people. So those 10 people can log into this one. Now, if I want to interact with the customers, suppose you are selling it to the customers, right? You will be having one public website. You'll be having one public website. It's a good question. It's a real time. How we will deal with the how will you use the Salesforce? There will be a public website and there will be a Salesforce instance. Okay. Now I have my complete data here. Okay, complete data or whatever I do the things how I will manage the users, how I will manage the courses, how I will manage the other things, that all things will be here. Now whenever someone clicks the link in the public website from the Google, then they will get a form. Okay, they'll get a form to fill which course you want to join, what is your full name, what is your address, what is your mail ID. So those things we can generate using the form in the public website. Then once they click on the save button, that information you can push it to your Salesforce object, and that is nothing but lead. What is mean by lead? Lead in the say in the business concepts, lead is nothing but a like who are the persons or the companies who are interested to buy your product. That is nothing but a lead. So those kind of information you can directly store in your Salesforce object. Then you can deal with the object. Okay, what is the status you can track, and you can move this object to, I mean, lead user, I mean, lead account to the opportunity. Opportunity means final dealing. Final dealing means you are in the like you are offering 50,000. You are telling your price as 50,000. They are in the 25,000. So there the negotiations are happening. That negotiations may end like closed won or closed lost stage. Means that we closed the deal, but we have lost it. That's nothing but a stage called as closed lost or closed won. This is a real-time application how we can use the Salesforce for the businesses. Is it clear? But the license,
Yeah, clear. And one more thing, like if we
if we,
like as you said, no, we can use this as a cloud platform where we can store all these data, right?
yes,
But what if we already have a uh, cloud system? Can we link that to Salesforce already, or we cannot do that?
can we?
Because when we are creating the public, when we are creating the public website, this if it is a heavy site, we will already have the cloud system where we are already storing all the data.
Yes.
So can we link that cloud software to our Salesforce, or we
Yeah,
cannot?
yeah. We can link that. We can link that. But here the only thing is you will pay for that cloud platform. You will have the database, right? You'll have the database for
Mhm,
the
yeah.
cloud platform, and you will be paying the fees monthly, some kind of fee to that. But if you want to link it to Salesforce to make more automations kind of thing, or to store data very securely, you can do that. So once you do that, what you have to do is slowly you should start migrating the data to the Salesforce, complete data. Then suppose this is your public huge website, and this is the your actual working mechanism, that you will have the backend database, cloud database. You will have the data from the public sites. You will push it and you will pull the data from there. Now you want to introduce Salesforce into your business. You want to use Salesforce to for your businesses. So what you have to do? You have to starting. You have to link this cloud platform to your Salesforce instance. Then slowly start migrating the complete data. Once the complete data is migrated, you should you should one second. You should remove this other platform where you're storing the data, and directly you can link the your public websites to your Salesforce instance. That way you can save your cost, right?
Yeah, instead of paying for two
Instead of playing
platforms,
for the
once the
two.
migration is done, then we can use only Salesforce.
Yeah, once the migration is done, once you're ready for the production, then you can go with the like a final operation, final integration between your public sites and the what you say Salesforce instance which you buy. Only the best part of the Salesforce is you can manage the data, you can view the records completely in the Salesforce itself. We have the Tableau, we have the reports and dashboards, whatever the sales you do in the complete what we call complete year, you can track them, quarterly performance of the your employees, whatever you want, you can do in the Salesforce. The only thing is you have to
We,
pay
we
them
can
for the
we can
license.
do the payment gateways as well.
Payment
Payment gateways.
gateways will be through the public websites only.
Okay. But those data it will not save here. Not
We
will
can
it
sync
save.
that. We can sync that.
Okay.
We
Okay.
should open the API. Suppose you created this public website. In the back end, there will be definitely some sort of microservices or some sort of a huge application which is running on the API basis.
Yeah.
So those APIs you have to open your APIs with the security protocols to this Salesforce. Not only to Salesforce. Even if I want to write some Python script and pull the data from your website, that I should be able to. There will be backend now. There will be backend for this website. So
Yeah.
those APIs you have to open, and then those APIs you have to call from the Salesforce integration. We have the Apex code, right? Apex
Oh,
coding you have to do
yes.
in such a way that you can pull the data from these websites into this Salesforce instance. So once the payment is done, you will have the payment transcripts, the files, or the course information, whatever the things you have for the payment related things that you have to push from your backend API to this to the Salesforce. Then again, you can create an object called payments. In that object, you have to have some fields. Then there you can store your payment information data. Directly in this, here we can't do the payments. As per my knowledge, we can't do the payment kind of thing directly into the Salesforce because you will not give access to the customers to your profile now. See,
Yeah.
you will have access to this Salesforce instance, and along with you, 10 more people in your company will have access to the Salesforce instance. Only those people can log in now. So the other people, definitely they have to go to your website only. The customers should go to your website and fill the data there or do the payments there. This is for your company purpose to track the information of the leads, to track the information of your like products. So those things you can do here. The only payment kind of thing or your publicity, marketing, even the Salesforce provided this marketing cloud engagement facility that we can use. So webinars you can use. Webinars also you can integrate with your like Salesforce. Whenever someone, suppose it is Zoom, right? You have the Zoom customer. Suppose I am organizing a webinar. There are like 10 to 15 people joining in my webinar. So those people's data also you can integrate with the Salesforce and push the data, take the data from there and push it to the Salesforce. So that if 15 people joined your webinar, you have their data in the Salesforce, you can track them who are willing to buy or who are not interested. Those all information you can track them. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So that's way the like campaigns object. There will be something called as campaigns object. In the campaigns object, we mostly do these things. Campaign, who are doing the campaigns, then what is start date, end date, budget. So there are such objects which are predefined for these activities, for advertising, for marketing time, kind of thing. Marketing, CRM classic. 1 second. There is a commerce cloud as well. So you can have the marketing campaigns listed here. Then you have the reports and dashboards. So like this, we have multiple things. Only thing you can't do here is you can't directly open your Salesforce instance to all the public. You should have some explicit website to do those things, and you can integrate that website to the Salesforce. We have few things in the Salesforce where we can create a public website and open our public website to the uh, users, but I am not exactly sure of those things, how we can secure that website, because security is also a key thing, right? If you want those information, I can give it, or I can like we can discuss it in the next class, how we can create a public website for the Salesforce itself without no, paying a cost to anyone else. Okay. So coming back to our thing. So we install the package. Then we have the Dreamhouse application installed. Let me launch that Dreamhouse application. Dreamhouse application. So this is a like additional package or additional application I have installed. Now Property Explorer, Property Finder. Let me go to the settings and import some sample data because I don't have any sample data. Now I will have the sample. I will have the data properties. Yeah, I have got the properties. So why I'm installing this thing is we have to do some uh, play. We have to do some experiments on this Demos application only going further. So that's why I have done this according to this module. So this is done. Let me go to the second thing. Discover the use cases of the platform. So as just now we have discussed with Mahesh, like how we can use the platform. HR people, if you are using the it for the HR people, what do HR people do? They do the list of job openings. They store applicants for store applications for each of the job opening. They set some automatic reminders for to hiring managers to make them alert and orientation and training plans we can track inside this Salesforce and manage equipment orders. Suppose you got the new what to say new employees, new joinees. So for them equipments or to take the interview, whatever the equipments you needed. So those are things you can plan it here. Track employee time off even. There will be a, if suppose there is an object you created for employee timing, timesheet filling. So those all things also we can do here. IT people means you have a company where your people, your users or your company employees having some issues with their laptops or the products. So they can raise the ticket with you. IT service desk tickets we say. So those all things also you can do here. So suppose it's a finance, then what we do budget management, contract management and pricing. If you are maintaining any product, then if your business is regarding the uh, like a product, then warranty management, production testing, product new ideas and innovation thoughts that also you can manage through the Salesforce. Supply chain, then vendor management, procurement, logistics. So these all things. Operation. So operations, then we have asset and facilities management. So like this. So this is just a like whatever we discussed till now with Mahesh. This is like at 10% of that. So when identifying processes to bring into Salesforce, what do you look for? What do you look for means manual processes with numerous steps, email driven process, teams using the spreadsheet to run the businesses, or documents shared on local directories. So let me. Hmm.
All of them.
Yeah, 1 minute. So how to complete the challenge is, see, suppose you are going with the by creating a single custom object, then you can I skip this part now. So just I'm again doing this. Then we are taking the help of Salesforce. Why? Which is a high impact, low effort. As we start building with the Salesforce platform on the Salesforce platform or any other platform, you should uh, like uh, you, you should keep your eye on the processes which have heavy email collaboration, reliance on spreadsheets. Your data will be on the spreadsheets. So shared local documents. Shared local document means why we are talking about shared local documents is in the Salesforce, we not only store the objects or the data, we can also share the files. We can store the files even. So time sensitive and repetitive manual process that you can automate. So these all things you can bring into the Salesforce to make it high impact and low effort. So that's what the question is. When identifying processes to bring into Salesforce, what do you look for? Whatever the manuals or processes are there, email driven processes are there, teams using spreadsheets to run the businesses. So documents shared on your local directories like a Gmail or some other things or local folders, those all things can be brought to the Salesforce. Now, three uses cases to use cases, finance. Okay, this just now we have discussed, we have seen here. Why finance uses for budget management, contract management, and pricing. So that's what here budget management, pricing, and contract management. So this is the important part. One question at least for sure from the Salesforce architecture. In the Salesforce architecture, you see this kind of like what we say, this kind of diagram where if you want to understand it more clearly, one second. Whatever the application till now we have seen, right? Those applications are the top layer. The top layer. Okay. Why top layer? Is this application, whatever you are seeing, that you are using ready to go. Okay. Ready to go, you are using. Now, these applications of the Salesforce are stored or are placed on what? On a platform. This is a platform, right? This complete thing is a platform. This complete setup, whatever you're doing, this complete thing is a Salesforce platform. Now, on the Salesforce platform, you have the sales application, service application, whatever you have installed, na? This Dreamhost application that you have. Now, this platform will be consisting of Lightning platform, we say, or Heroku. What is Heroku is not only in the Salesforce, there will be some JavaScript applications in the other company in the other software industries. They will also host. Host means keep, like we have keeping these applications on the Lightning or Heroku or AppExchange. Na? Suppose if you take the Dreamos application, this is where does the Dreamos application come from? It's from the AppExchange. Now, Heroku is another platform where we can run, host and run the application, which we can use in the top layer. Lightning is a Salesforce own platform, which is hosting the sales application, service application, marketing application. So, platform is not only Lightning platform, it includes Heroku as a platform which host and run the applications which you are using on the top layer, and AppExchange is one of the like a platform or like a Play Store kind of thing where we have the applications hosted or we can download the application from there. Now, which is providing this platform? Salesforce. Salesforce. Salesforce is one thing. Salesforce is one huge thing which is providing a platform for us. On the platform, I am installing or downloading or using the existing standard custom applications or creating my own custom applications. Okay. Now, this Salesforce is there, right? That Salesforce, understanding of this Salesforce is very important when we talk about the concept of architecture. Let me show you. Now, you have a huge building. Okay, now you have a huge building. In that building, you have the apartments 101, 102, 103, 201, 203, 202, 203. So, like that, you have 6 apartments. All of you will use the same water services. Okay, same water services. Okay, same electricity supply will come to each of your block from one main transformer itself. And whatever the security people are there or the staff are there, those all security and services will be given same to all the blocks or all the apartments. But even though these are the commonly shared resources in any apartment, but any building, each of your home or house or we say block will have separate electricity bill, separate space. If it is a 2 BHK, the space will be different. Okay. If it is a 3 BHK, the space will be different. If it is a 5 BHK, the space will be different. Even though you all are on one building, the space you are having in that building or the electricity bill you're gonna pay for that each building, sorry, each apartment is different, right? Although there are commonly shared resources, there are few resources that are restricted for your own own block itself, or own apartment itself. That means you are a tenant. You are like a tenant inside a huge building. Okay, like this, like you are a tenant. There are multiple tenants in one building. Are you getting my point? So this is a multi-tenant architecture where each individual have their own space, own security, own locking capability, uh, like that. But they all have few common resources shared with them. What these common resources, where these common resources are coming from? It's from Salesforce trusted cloud architecture. Salesforce is a cloud architecture. There, if you are paying for 10 people license, Salesforce is gonna give you some kind of resources, okay, which are payable licenses or some kind of space restrictions that are payable. But if you are like having some number of different users and number of different applications you are going to buy from the Salesforce, these features are same. Setting the things, this objects concept or accounts, these all are same. These all are common resources for every person. But you can create your own here. You can create like a own bedroom, own furniture you can install. So like that, you can do your own things even if you buy this common resource from the Salesforce. This kind of architecture is called as a cloud-based, trusted, multi-tenant architecture. Why cloud-based? Whatever you are like logging in or whatever you are accessing the product information that is all itself in the internet only. Nothing you're doing on your own laptop. You're not saving the files, you're not saving the Excel folders or sheets or data inside your laptop. Everything is a cloud-based. You can access. Suppose now here I am accessing. If I share your URL and provide access to you and create a license for you, even you can access this. So from there, because we are all connected with the cloud, internet cloud. So that's why it's called a cloud based. Why trusted? Why trust? Even though these all people are sharing the common resources, security services, each individually having again the some security, right? And you can trust it even though you are storing the data here. Salesforce is taking their data and keeping it very securely in their CRM environment. Okay, in the CRM environment it is hosting the data, those authentication things, CRM data hosting, whatever the access models, like a 2FO model, uh, mobile based authentication, these all whatever authentication services having, that all being taken care by the Salesforce. That's why we trust it. Even though we are keeping it in the cloud, we believe the Salesforce because our space and the other people's space is completely different. Okay. That's why we say trusted, multi-tenant, cloud-based architecture. Now there is another important thing called as metadata. Metadata means data of data. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is little complicated but easy again. Now let me open the contacts. What this is called as data. Listen carefully. 5 contacts. 5 contacts I have. So what this is called as a data. I mean, if I open Ball Homes contact, then the contact owner, contact name, contact phone number. This is the data. Now this is the actual data, but but if you go here, account name is a field name. If account name is a field label, this is a field name. This is the data type of this field is a lookup account. So this is another data. This is nowhere the actual data, but without this information, can you imagine these fields? No, right? Or you have written some trigger or written some code here. What that code will do some functionality on the actual data. If I write a code here to pull the contact information and update that contact information, that means we are manipulating the actual data, changing the owner or changing the name. So like that I can do in the code. But that code itself is not a data. That code is a some other data that we are using to manipulate, create or delete the actual data. So that's why we say metadata means any information, any concepts like flows, objects, field names, field types, these all things will come under metadata because these are helpful to understand, to create, to manipulate, to delete the actual data. So that's why we say metadata is a data of a data. Okay. So let me go to the definitions now. Why trust? At Salesforce, trust is our top priority. Not only are you keeping your sensitive data in your org, you are also building functionality. Means you are writing some codes, some flows, say like that. Functionality vital to your company's success on our platform. Our responsibility is to means Salesforce responsibility, not my responsibility. So our responsibility is to keep your data safe and functionality also safe, so that not something they take it lightly, which is why we are always transparent about services. Means transparent about services means we can log into this Salesforce Trust site. If there is any breaches, any upcoming, what we say, any upcoming maintenances that they are going on their platform, they can track it here. See, Salesforce services. So, two incidents means what? Two incidents means there are two little impacts some other companies raised on the sales and services products. So B2, this is available, ongoing, maintenance is ongoing. So like that. Sharing is caring. Just now we have discussed, right? We have dedicated space. Also, we have some shared resources like power, water, and building maintenance. That's why we say multi-tenancy, multiple tenants at one place. Metadata. To put it simply, metadata is data about data. So it's little different. When we say data about data, we are really talking about the shells that hold the content related to any information you want. Means you are storing any particular contact information, then in whatever the way you are storing, whatever the way you are manipulating the data, that all comes under the metadata, whether it's through code, whether it's to fields, field types, field formulas. So those all are nothing but metadata, because that is important to maintain your actual data. Let's think about like an property. When our friends at Dreamforce use Salesforce, they input and view data about the properties. For example, a property can be located in Boston and with the cost of 5 million, sorry, like $5 lakh, like, and have 3 bedroom. Now imagine on the priority, 1 second. Ah, on this property record, you delete Boston and 5,000 some like and the number of bedrooms is 3 bedrooms. What you are left with? You are left with property object along with its all empty fields. You are deleting your actual data. They are giving a good example. See, they are deleting your actual data. But what is remaining? empty fields like address field, price field, and the other number of bedrooms field. So these are nothing but metadata. So it's a very good example. So if I go to any of the contact or any of the other records even in any of the object, if I delete this thing, if I delete, okay, the first name if I delete, the last name if I delete, what we have? The empty fields. Empty fields. These empty fields are not my actual data, but those are the kind of another data which hold my original data. So that itself they are going to they are like they're trying to explain. So let's think about metadata in bigger context now. Metadata is all your page layout, security settings, and any other customizations, even with regards to the code you have made to the structure of your org that collect or use organization data. So all this stands for the metadata. Now API. API, this API concept to make you understand, it's little like complicated, but if you think about my discussion with Mahesh, what I told, did you remember? There is a website here. So we have the database in the backend. We have the database in the backend. There will be a backend code, whether it's a Java or JavaScript code, Node.js code, and here the website will be HTML or some forms kind of thing, JavaScript. So whatever the information you are getting from your clients or your customers or users from here, if you want to store it to here, you should have some interface. Let me explain you clearly. Let me explain you one second clearly. Now, in Salesforce, how you will create a new field? Sorry, how you will create a new object? Let me just a new record. Just to go here. Sorry, just to go here and open the contacts. In the contacts, you click on new process and give some information. Click on save. Okay. Is this the programmatic way or manual process? Hello. Yeah, tell me. This is very important. Is this a programmatically I created the new contact or manual I created the contact?
Manually.
Manually. So manually I am interacting with the Salesforce application, one application. So the one kind of application. So I'm using the manual process of interacting with the Salesforce application and creating the data. What if I want to create programmatically? What if I want to like access the Salesforce application through my Java program or Apex program or Python program or JavaScript program? Salesforce is one application. I want to, whether it's a Salesforce database or some other database, I don't care. But if I want to interact with my other backend programming, not manually through the program automation to this application or the database, how I can do that? That programmatical way of interacting with any application will stand for API. Applications programming interface, not a manual interface. Okay, this is a manual interface. Okay, this is a manual interface. So there will be a way to interact with any of your software application, not only Salesforce. If you take Gmail, if you take WhatsApp, if you take Instagram, even those will have the programmatical way. Even through you can write the program and send the WhatsApp messages. So how we can do that? Through the API. API are a way to interact with the any application programmatically. So now I am telling that programmatically I am going to interact with the application. Then how to go to this contact? There should be some specific naming, right? I can't tell, hey, go create in contact, na. I should write a program like go to contact, then access the field called first name. If you want to do some first name creation, first name, there is a field with a field name, some specific field name. I can't write FIRST or FST. So like that, I can't write contact, con. I should write contact dot first name. Means if you are going manually, your eyes are working. You can go to, like, you can see the contacts and see the new button and see the first name, last name. So like that you can do. But if you are doing programmatically, na, you have to be very careful because let me open the setup. Go to the object manager. Go to the contact. See, if you want to interact with the, what we say, with the contact object, if you want to create a contact, if you want to delete a contact programmatically, then what is the name you have to use? Contact. Then let me go inside this. If you want to access the fields, what is the account name you have to use? Field name is account.id, you have to tell. Field label is different. Field label is what you see manually on the screen, on the UI. But programmatically, if you want to interact with this Salesforce application, create a contact, then birth date like this, created by ID. If you see, there is no spaces. See, in this here there are spaces. Here there are no spaces. So because in the Java program or in Apex program, spaces are not allowed. We have to make at least one underscore. See, like this. Loan amount I created now. This is custom field, not a standard field. This is custom field I created. So that's why you can see here. Loan underscore, amount underscore C. Where there is a space, there is a underscore. And at the last, it's a custom object, a custom field created on the standard object to show that they told underscore C. And so this you have to remember. API names or API is a concept where you can interact with any application, not only Salesforce, programmatically. So in Salesforce also is one of the application, Salesforce also. So for Salesforce also, we have some APIs. Okay. The application programming interface allows different pieces of softwares to connect to each other and exchange information. Means from one software to other software. How we can connect? We can connect in this way. Now internally, you can write triggers. You can write formula. Did you remember? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me go back to this one. I'll create a new field. I'll create a new field. I'll create a formula field. Let me. I create a formula field. Uh, I'll show you a practical example where we'll use API names. This is a formula field. I am using this formula field to get the information from two other fields. So field name is discount. Wait. Interest. Interest on loan amount. Okay. So formula return type, I will select currency because interest after on loan amount will be how much I'll calculate in the like a price on like a price only. So decimal places too, it's okay. Now let me interest on loan amount equals to, so let's say loan amount into 0.12. What it means? If I want to calculate interest on loan amount, the total loan amount into the 0.12, like a 0.12 percentage. So I'm doing that. So this is to know the interest amount, testing of formula. We leave it that one. What is this? Can I give like this? Loan space amount. This is the field label, na? In the UI, this is what I can see. I just now I have shown you. If I open contact, if I open some details, this is not this one. Wait. Let me go to the sales application. We created on contact only now. Contact. Details. So loan amount. See, in the UI, you can see like this. But if you want to do some like interaction inside the Salesforce also, not from other application. If you want to write code here, if you want to do anything inside the Salesforce also, the way we are communicating from this part, from this formula field to this actual UI is through what? To the API names only. See, what is the API name of the loan amount? This one. Field name. Field name is nothing but API name. We say field name is nothing but API name. Field label is something what we see on the UI. That's the importance of the what we say API names. API names not only for the other applications interacting with the Salesforce, inside the Salesforce also to communicate, to use the fields, to use the objects, to communicate from different object to different object even, or to write the code inside the Salesforce, like Apex code, like LWC code, Visual First Page code, we use API names. Okay. So that's the importance of API. Now, just now I showed that email. In the emails also, if you're going to write email, you have to write like this: contact dot name, property underscore c dot name. So like this, you have to mention. When you mention like this, na, so this Salesforce will know. Okay, this person's name is Lowell Salberg. So like that, you have written like this only. But if you send to another application, so the another contact, then the names will be different. So you can't each time write the Kalyan, Harni, so like that, na. So that's why you just write contact dot name. Whichever contact you are typing email, na, that contact name will be fetched while sending the email. That email concept we will come to see when you learn email management. Our trusted multi-tenant cloud means you get the benefits of the same core set of features like for all customer means the basic core features will be same. This apex writing flows, these all will be same triggers and the settings upgrades 3 times a year. Yes, it upgrades 3 times a year. Every not only you buy for 10 licenses, you buy for 1,000 licenses. The Salesforce will upgrade your instance 3 times a year. No software to install to access Salesforce. Salesforce itself, you can log in like this. If I go here and open it in the URL, that's it. You can get the login credentials. If you have the login credentials, you can log in. Now, the last and final, all of the above. The Salesforce API is like a contract between two pieces of software, allowing them to connect and exchange information. Not available for certain technologies. No, the exact same thing as the API name. No. So like a contract between two pieces of software. We see no formula is somewhere else in the settings. In the UI, if you want to create some operations, you are accessing through API name only. Two pieces of software you are connecting, allowing them to connect. Only for programmers to use. No, formula is not for programmers. No, it's for admins also. You have to create formulas. Metadata refers to everything in your Salesforce, including your customer and user data. A representation of your standard functionality without customizations. No, this is also wrong because even customizations include data about data, configurations based on modification. Let's see data about data. If not everything in your Salesforce, including your customer and user data. Not this one because it don't include the original data. It includes data about data. Okay. Done. Okay. Navigate setup means this is what till now we have done. The setup, going to setup, creating the object, some doing some operations on what we say, users, profiles. So these are all things we are going to see in the future. Just basic information they have given. So let me skip this part. Setup in the sense, now, like even if you don't know, we are going to see. This is nothing but setup where you'll have access to users, profiles, some other platform tools, emails, operation data, or even the objects. So those are all information. Then finally, App Exchange. App Exchange is nothing but Play Store kind of thing. You can install your applications. So complete this challenge as a homework. It's very simple. So do that. Tomorrow we will be completing this one and this one. Again, Tuesday we'll back to our normal classes where we discussed till here user management. Then we'll start with the this one called what customizing an org to support a business unit and identity basis, then data security. So this will be on the regular classes again classes. If you can attend, you can attend. If not, that will be again repeated on the Saturday and Sunday. Okay. If everyone are fine with Saturday and Sunday only, we'll get back to our normal schedule only. If anyone cannot attend Saturday and Sunday, then they can attend Tuesday class where we will have the discussion on again same wherever we left yesterday. Tomorrow we will be completing these things in this backup class. Okay. So it's time for questions. Any questions?